Check this out. We're going to be escaping the mount, but we got to talk about something in particular. What I got to avoid, guys, is when I get to the mount, I have to make sure that, especially if I'm in a fighting scenario, I can never let this guy keep his posture or not have his hands busy. Okay, right now, if he's able to sit like this without his hands doing anything, he could punch me if he wanted to. Okay, so what does that mean? I got to keep his hands busy. Well, the first thing I got to do is, if it's a punching scenario, I'm not going to try to, protect my head as much as most people would think. I need to more think about how can I make his hands busy like this. Now, when his hands hit the mat, guys, with my hips, I raise my hips, his hands go forward, hits the mat. I have to make sure I don't just put him back down because he can sit back up and throw a punch. So when I get him down, I'm going to walk my feet back in, and now I keep my hips up high. Now, look, he can't really sit back enough to throw a whole lot of power at me right here. Maybe he does, but the more I keep my hips up, the harder it is for him to sit down. And, of course, I'm not going to hang out here. Once I get his hands on the mat, I have to look for one of them. Now, because his weight's forward on his hands, there's not a whole lot of time he can take his hands off the ground. So I have a good opportunity here to attack his elbow, and I'm going to go right here. And now once I get it, I keep my hips up, and I just re-arch. I'm going to get him over. Watch it from this angle. He's on top of me. I can't let him sit there, guys. I got to get up. So if you're ever on your back and your butt's on the ground, you're probably doing the wrong thing. Because right here in a jiu-jitsu especially, or in a fight especially, jiu-jitsu match, it's not that big of a deal. But I don't want him to be here. I need his hands busy. If he's here in a jiu-jitsu match, he'll push my arms down. And now he's starting to isolate my arm and start to put me in different submissions. Or he's going to be messing with my collar. He's going to be feeding a collar grip, looking to choke me, looking to set things up. So, same thing in a jiu-jitsu match. If he's here, if his hands are doing something to hurt me or wanting to, I got to arch and put his hands on the mat. Okay? He's reaching for my collar. Look, I'll do it again. He reaches for my arm. He's pushing. I do it, and I keep him up. Now that his hands are busy, I walk him in. I grab, and I can take his post out and roll him over. Disclaimer. It is better to protect your face than to get it smashed in. So if he's really got me in a bad spot, he's walked up really high, guys, you're going to have to probably protect your head until you can get your elbows in a position to defend yourself. Right here, you're in a bad spot. Don't ever think there's a magic escape for situations like this. You just got to get a better guard. And you got to not let this happen. Because you're going to get here, you're probably going to get punched a couple times. But just realize there is a way out. If I can stay composed, protect myself, shoulder walk, hips up. Now it's a different game. Now I can find my way out. But at a certain point, guys, you have to realize that your guard is going to save you more than any mount escape. So get a good guard. Don't let the guy pass. And if he passes, immediately get your hips up. Don't let him have his posture and his hands ready to hit you. Get your hips up and attack his arm for the sweep. Go try it.